Hello everyone. Today we're going to start the last lesson in Module 6, 6.3, Interpreting Vertex Form and Standard Form. Okay, so in this lesson, let's say there are many steps to solve one questions, but you can skip some steps if you can't do it mentally things. Okay, I will just some question I will just follow step by step, some question I will do it mentally. Okay, you can find all my lessons, okay, on the website. Okay, before we start the lessons, I need just to recap on something, okay, because this thing will help us to solve the questions. Okay, so first of all, in 6.2, or sorry, in 5.2, which is the perfect of two square or the difference of two square formula. Okay, so let's say we have questions like this. Just an example, x plus 3 to the power of 2. Okay, so if we need to simplify this one, we can use distributive property, which is x plus 3 times x plus 3, like that. Okay, and we can multiply both sides, and we can use distributive property, and we will get the final answer. Or, which is faster, we can use the formula. Do you remember the formula? A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So now if I need to simplify this, this is a and the 3 is b. So now it will be x squared plus 2 times x times b, okay, plus 3 squared. So now if I need to simplify it, x squared plus 6, because 2 times 3 is 6, x plus 9. Okay, so now this one is a perfect square. Okay, so as you can see, x squared plus 6x plus 9. So we are going to use this one here in this lesson because I think this one is faster than distributing property. Okay, you can use any of this way. Okay, now let's go back to the title itself. So here we have interrupting vertex form, okay, and standard form. So what are we going to learn in this lesson? We are going to learn how we can, let's say, convert or change from the vertex form to standard form. So what's the vertex form? What's the standard form? It's written here. The vertex form, it's the form or the formula that we use to graph the quadratic function, to graph the parabola. Do you remember yesterday or in 6.2 when we graphed the function using h and k, and we create the tables and we simplify and we can find the answer, right? Okay, so now we are going to use the vertex form, which is the graphing formula, and convert it to standard form, which is the standard form of the quadratic function. You know that this is the quadratic, this is a, this is b, this is c, so we can need to convert it to standard form we learned in 6.1. Okay, now let's start with the first example here. Okay, the question here said, rewrite quadratic function from vertex, so this is the form of vertex, to standard form, so this is the standard form. Okay, now look to the question here, to number 1. Okay, so as you can see here, we have y equal 4 times x minus 6 to the power 2 plus 3. So the first step in the blue color, x minus 6 to the power of 2. Okay, let's take it beside. So this one is, we can do it by perfect square, which is, we can say that x minus 6, x minus 6, and we can use distributive property, okay, to multiply. Or we have the, let's say, the other way, which is using the formula a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So we can say that x squared plus 2 times a times b, which is 6, okay, plus 6 squared. Okay, before we continue, we have here here we have a negative. Why here we have a negative? Because the question here it's negative. Okay, if it's positive, so we write here positive. If it's negative, so the first sign always in the formula should be negative. Okay, so this one is negative, so this one is negative. Now let's simplify this. Okay, what's this? This should be x. Sorry. Okay, a is x. Now, x squared minus 12x plus 36. So now this is the simplified or expanded, okay, for the bracket in the blue color here. So now I have to replace this one, the blue color, with this formula here. So now I have to replace this one here. So it should be written here. Now, the next step, I have to use distributive property. I distribute number 4, as you can see. So I multiply 4 times x squared, 4x squared, 4 times negative 12x, 4 times negative 12x, 4 times 36, 4 times 36, and don't forget the 3, which is comes from the question itself. Okay, now simplify. So 4x squared minus 48x plus 44 plus 3. So now combine the like terms. So we have 44 and 3 are same term, so we combine them. So the final 4x goes down. 48, sorry, this is should be 48, not 44. That's fine. So you can just do it correctly. 48 and for 144 plus 3, which is 147. Okay, I hope this is clear. So the steps is easy. Always expand the bracket, okay, using distributive property or using the perfect square formula. Okay, then replace the final answer that you get from the expanded here. Then use distributive property, then simplify, you get the vertex form. Sorry, the standard form. So this is how we can convert from the vertex form to standard form. Let's take one more two examples, like this one here. So I will do it using the formula. So now we use this one. We need to expand this one. So it will be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So now it should be x squared plus 2 times x times 2, okay, plus 2 squared. Yeah, because x is a, 2 is b. Okay, now x squared plus 4x plus 4. So now this one is the simplifying of this one. Okay, now let's let's rewrite this one here. So my function, it will be y equal negative 3, open a bracket, right, x squared plus 4x plus 4, close the bracket. Okay, and don't forget the minus 1. Now use the distributive property. Negative 3 times x squared is equal negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times 4x is negative 12x. Negative 3 times 4, negative 12. And don't forget, minus 1. Now add the like term. So we have the last two, negative 12 and negative 1, same term. So now negative 3x squared, negative 12x, okay, negative 12, negative 1 is negative 13. So now this is the final answer. So this one is the standard form, okay, and the question is the vertex form, okay. Now let's do one more example here. So now we do the same step. So we expand this one using perfect square. So it will be, let's do it without using the formula. We know that this is the formula, except this one should be minus. Okay, so now it will be x squared minus 2 times x times b, which is 7, plus b squared, which is 7 squared, because this is a, this is b. Okay, now let's simplify it. So x squared minus 14x plus 14. Okay. Oh, sorry, not 14, 49. Sorry. Okay, 49. Okay. I'm sorry, I just multiplied 2 multiplied with 7. Okay, 49. So this is after we expand the bracket. Now let's let's add them in the for let's add this one here, replace it. So y is equal negative 5, open a bracket, okay, x squared minus 14x plus 49, okay, close the bracket, then plus 2. Okay, now use distributive property. So y is equal, okay, negative 5x squared, negative 5 with negative 4 is positive, okay, positive 50, sorry, positive, sorry again, okay, 14 times 5 is positive 70x, okay, then we have negative 5 times 49, it should be 245, I think. Yes, 245, as I said, okay? So 245, and don't forget plus 2, okay? Now, add the like terms, where we have this one plus this one. So y is equal negative 5x squared plus 70x, okay, minus 243. So this one is the standard form. Okay, so negative 5 is A, 70 is B, negative 243 is C. Okay, now you have here some exercise, try to do them, and if you need any help, contact me. Now, in this time, on this example, we are going to learn how we can, by using the table, we need to write the vertex form by using the table. Okay, then after we find the vertex form, we need to rewrite the function in standard form. So rewrite the function in standard form, it's the same way that we learn now. And we need only to learn how we can get the vertex form from the table. How we can get the vertex form from the table? If you remember from the previous lesson, I told you we need to identify H and K, right? Okay. So to identify H and K, I told you always H and K should be in the middle of the table. So H and K always is the two values in the middle of the table. So that's mean negative 3 is H, 0 is K. Okay. So now H and K, so look here, the vertex H and K is negative 3 and 0. Okay, now replace negative 3 and 0 in the formula and don't look to the signs here. Okay, just always remember that we take the opposite sign of h. Okay, we always take opposite sign of h. So now if we replace opposite sign, so it will be positive 3 plus 0 because k is 0. So now we don't have to write 0, so we just keep it positive 3. Now I need to find a. Okay, how can I find a? So we have my graph. We have this point 0 and 9. We have this point negative 2 and 1. We have this point negative 4 and 1. You have this point negative 6 and 3. Use any of these points. Use any of these points. 0, 9, negative 2, 1, 4 and 1, 6, negative 6 and 9. Use any one of these, okay, as x and y and replace them as x and y because these points here are x's, these points here are y's. So pick any of these points and replace them in x and y. Okay, so let's say always when you need to pick any number, pick the small number or the zeros numbers because it's easier to simplify. So I will pick example 0 and 9. Okay, so if I pick 0 and 9, it will be, so 0 is x, okay, 9 is y. So now if I do it here beside, so it will be 9 equal a, 0 is x plus 3 to the power of 2. Okay, now simplify to find a. This is 9, sorry. Okay, simplify to find a. So now as you can see, 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. 3 to the power of 2. So it's 9a equal here also 9. So now what I need to do, divide 9, divide 9. So 9 divide 9. So a is equal what? 9 divide 9 is equal 1. So that's what we did here if you look to this step. So 9 equal a, 0 plus 3. So 9 equal 9. So we divide by 9. So a is equal 1. So after we find a is equal 1, we replace it in the function which was 1 here. Okay, so now this one is the vertex form. Now I need to convert from vertex to standard form. How can I convert it? Using the same way we learned in the previous slide. Okay, now let's take one more example. Now use the table to write the quadratic function vertex form. So always we start from the middle point. So this is the middle point. This is represent h, this is k, and always h is opposite sign. First step after we identify h and k, write the formula of the vertex form. Y equal, you have to memorize this formula because it will be easier to you to understand the lesson. Okay, rather than you just need it in the question. Okay, now after we find h, after we write the formula, and we know h is 2, k is negative 3. Now replace them in the function. Y is equal a x h. Here is negative 2, so I have to take the opposite, which is positive 2. Okay, continue to the power of 2 plus k is equal what? Negative 3. So let's remove the minus and write negative 3. So now I have h and k, okay, from the table. Then after that, pick any 2 points. Okay, so you have this point here, you have this point here, you have this point here, you have this point here. Pick any easy small number. So if I need to pick a number, I will pick this one because this one is negative 1 1. It's easier for me. Okay, right? So now let's pick of them. Okay, or you can pick 0 30. Also, there's 0 30 is easy. Now let's write the question with the x and y. So y, so negative 1 is x, 1 is y. So 1 is y, okay, equal a, open bracket, x is equal what? X is negative 1, okay? And the vertex is plus 2, okay, to the power of 2, okay, minus 3. So as we can see here, we substitute negative 1 and 1, 2 and negative 3. Now we need to find a. So if we need to find a, we need to simplify. So first start with a bracket. Okay. So now write 1 equal a negative 1 plus 2 equal 1. Okay. To the power of 2 negative 3. Now just solve this one, solve this normal equation. So plus 3 plus 3. So this one is cancelled. So 3 plus 1 is equal 4. A 1 to the power of 1 to the power of 2 is equal 1. You can now, to find a, you can divide by 1. Divide by 1. So 1 over 1. So a is equal 4 over 1. 4 over 1 is equal what? Is 4. So 4, a is equal 4. Now, what's the next step we need to do? We need now to write this one, replace it in the formula here. So now, to write it in standard form, so the standard form will be y equal 4x plus 2 to the power of 2 minus 3. So this one is the vertex, okay, the vertex form, okay? Now, after we write it in a vertex form, let's do it, convert it. Now, rewrite the function in standard form. So now we take the vertex form, y is equal 4 x plus 2 to the power of 2 plus 3. So we do the same step we did in the previous slide. So we need to expand this one. So this one is A, this one is B. So now let's write the formula. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So it will be x squared plus 2 times x times 2 plus 2 squared. So simplify it, x squared plus 2 times 2, 4x plus 4. So now you have this formula. Now let's replace the formula in the function. So y equals, so let's put this one here. So not negative, 4, okay, with x squared plus 4x plus 4, okay, plus 3. Okay, close the bracket, plus 3. Now use this distributive property. 4 times x squared is equal to 4x squared plus 4 times 4x is equal 16x. 4 times 4 is equal, sorry, 4 times 4 is equal 16. And don't forget plus 3. Now add the like term. We have plus 3 and plus 16. So the standard form is 4x squared plus 16x plus 19. So this one is the final answer that I have. Oh, so I forget. There's a small mistake. I need to check it. Okay. This one should be negative, not positive. This one should be negative. Negative. This one, not the final answer. Why is negative? Because the question here is negative. Okay, it's not positive. Sorry. So this one should be negative. This one negative. This one negative. So 16 minus 3 is negative 30. Okay. So this is the final answer. So this one is the standard. Okay. Form. Okay, one more example. Okay, one more example to end this. Okay, let's do this. Same. Let's try to simplify, or let's skip some steps to make my steps lower, okay, or easier. So we have this one is h from the center. This one is k. So now let's rewrite it in the formula. So the formula is a x, okay, k, h is negative 2. So I have to write it positive 2, okay, to the power of 2 and k is negative 7. Negative 7. Now pick any point. So I will pick, maybe I will pick this one here. Okay, negative 1 and 12. Maybe it's easier one. Okay, so now negative 12 is y, negative 1 is x. Okay, so y here is negative 12. Okay, equal a, x is negative 1, then plus 2. Okay, and don't forget to close the bracket to the power of 2. Okay, now let's simplify the question. So to simplify the question, first of all, simplify the bracket, simplify the power, then you simplify the others. So negative 12 equal a, negative 1 plus 2 is equal 1 square minus 7. So now we add plus, sorry. So now we plus 7 for both sides. So we cancel the 7. So now it's a, because 1 to the power of 2 is 1. And 1a is same as a. Okay. So negative 12 plus 7 is negative 5. So now after we find negative 5, we can write it and we can replace it in the formula. Sorry, we can replace it in the formula here. Okay, so now my vertex form is y equal negative 5x plus 2 to the power of 2 minus 7. So this is the vertex, okay, form. Okay, now let's convert it to standard form. So y is equal negative 5x plus 2 to the power of 2 minus 7. Okay, now let's expand. Okay, let's expand this formula using a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So it will be x squared plus 2 times a times b plus b squared, which is 2 squared. So this is b and this is a. Don't forget. So now simplify it. X squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, so now let's put this one here. Okay, so it will be y equal negative 5. Okay, negative 5x squared plus 4. Sorry, plus 4x plus 4. Okay, plus, or not plus, minus 7. Don't forget the minus 7. Okay, minus 7. Now use distributive property. So it will be y equal negative 5x squared, then negative 20x, then negative 20, and don't forget the negative 7. Now add the like term, which is this 2. So y is equal negative 5x squared, negative 20x, negative 27. So this one is the standard form. Okay, I hope this one is clear to you, and I hope you understand how we can convert using the tables. Okay, here are two more examples. You can use them, try practice on them, and if you need a question, contact me. Now, the last part of this lesson, using the graph. So if we have a graph like this, okay, it's similar to the table, but the table giving you many points. Okay, here he gave you the vertex, okay, and he give you another point, which is x and y. So this one x and y, this is h and k, right? So now the formula is y equal, okay, a x minus h to the power of 2 plus k. Now it's easier. We have xy, we have hk, and we can find a, right? Okay, so this one is y, this one is x. So 24, okay, equal a times x is what? X is 1, okay? And we have h and k. So this one, h is 0, k is 40. So h is, here is 0, so it should be negative 0 plus to the power of 2, okay? And plus k, which is equal 40, okay? We have this one in the red, so not confused. Okay, so now we can find a. Yes, we can find a. First, simplify the thing inside the bracket. So now let's write 24 equal a 1 minus 0, 1 to the power of 2 plus 40. Okay, now solve this equation. So minus 40 from both sides. So we cancel this 2. So a to the 1 to the 1 to the power of 2 is equal 1. So 24. Okay, so 40 minus 24 is equal 16, I think. Yes, 16. Okay, so negative 16. So now divide 1, divide 1. So a is equal what? Negative 16. Okay, so now after we identified a, so now let's replace it in the equation. In the vertex for y is equal negative 16 x minus, okay, x is 0, h is 0, right? So we don't have to write x. Okay, you don't have to write 0 to the power of 2 plus k because it's already 0. So don't write this one. We can rewrite it to like this one here. So x to the power of 2. Okay, plus k. So k is equal what? K is equal plus 40. Okay, so this one is the vertex form. Okay, you can use this one to convert it to standard form, but this one is already standard and vertex because this one is A, okay, and this one is C. We don't have B because B is equal what? 0. Okay, let's take one more question here. Okay, so same thing. We have here H and K. So this one is H, this one is K, okay, and this one is X, this one is Y. Now let's replace them in the function. So now Y is equal A x minus h to the power of 2 plus k. So y is equal 9 equal a equal a. Okay, x is equal 1, h is equal 0 to the power of 2 plus k, which is 25. Now simplify the bracket. 9 is equal a. 1 to the power of 2 is 1 to the power of 2 plus 25. Okay, now minus 25 from both sides, minus 25 from both sides. So we cancel this 2. So a times 1 because 1 to the power of 2. So now 25 minus 9 is negative 16. So A is equal negative 16. Okay. So now let's rewrite it in the formula. Y is equal A. We write A here. So A is negative 16. Okay. X minus H. H is 0. So X to the power of 2 plus K is 25. So this one is the standard form and the same is the vertex form. Okay. So now I hope this one is easy to understand. You can now practice on this two question. And if you need any question, please ask me on direct. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.